We are Lagos Talks 91.3.
Let's talk.
A very good morning. It is 8 minutes past 11 this fantastic fun-filled Friday. Welcome to the Midday Show with me, Ifunaya, here on Lagos Talks 91.3. It's that time of the week where we get to dissect the top trending stories right here on The People's Perspective, seeing things from your perspective. In the studio with me, my unequivocal co-host, Seun Kuti. Seun, please, you need to teach me how to pronounce the Anikulakpo. Is it Anikulakpo or Anikulakpo?
It's Anikulakpo.
Anikulakpo.
Aha.
Because people usually laugh at me.
I say you got it. They are not
Thank
laughing,
you.
they are envious.
I love that.
It rolls off your tongue.
I like that.
Hello, Lagos. Welcome to the TPP.
Hey,
you know me. We got a TPP. Yeah, you know me.
And remember, The People's Perspective is brought to you by Adam and Eve, your luxury homeware store.
Yes. The store that, understands your own personal luxury. Your own personal luxury. As I've said many times, Adam and Eve is the store that if you don't know, you need to know. Yes.
And this is located right here in Lagos. To be precise, number 9 Isaac John Street, Ikeja, GRA. And like I always say, that Adam and Eve has the vision to inspire luxury living defined by comfort, elegance, and creativity. And they do this by providing luxury lifestyle products with excellent and expert retail service in an aspiring space. And so if you know that you want to transform your house to a home that you always love to be in, that space that you look forward to getting to, you need to visit Adam and Eve.
I visited as well. This is not just, I'm not saying it because they are
Exactly.
I visited and I agree with everything Ify just said.
Exactly.
I completely agree. I mean, I went there and I was completely blown away, by even the things I learned. A lot of times you go retailing and you learn things.
They're very detailed, very, very detailed, from bed and bath to outdoor to kitchen, leather, electricals, dining, you name it. They have it all. Just go there. Sometimes you could be confused about what you might want your house or your home to speak. And they get to help you out with that. Just get there, let them know exactly, maybe a few things. They'll probably ask you a few questions, and they will let you know what fits your taste, specifically for the type of, indoor experience that you would like at home.
And I also really love the things that they had that also encouraged you to be active while using it, even like the bouncy ball chairs that he had there.
Oh,
those were really cool, So you don't
I like that bouncy. And I sat down on it,
Listen,
it straightens your back.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
If you're one person that has been struggling with your posture, there's a particular bouncy ball that is used for your working space. So you actually could use it to work.
Yes.
So this is not just you trying to exercise. This is for you not only to straighten up your back, to help your posture, but to ensure that you're enjoying yourself whilst you're working and you are super, super comfortable whilst you're working. Because you notice that a whole lot of offices don't have the right chairs, especially for offices where you're sitting for long hours.
Yeah, and really, posture is not something that a lot of people take seriously.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you're right. I mean, we can go on and on. The show will finish, please. It's true,
No.
because the shop is really cool.
It definitely is. Now, let's get into the top stories. We're going to be talking about the president leaving for the UK as doctors threaten fresh strike here in Nigeria. We're going to also touch on the presidential panel or team for the Twitter negotiation, and also the president allocating houses to Super Eagles AFCON 94 team. We're going to touch on that. But before getting into those different stories, Sean, we need to talk about what is trending at the moment. First things first.
What is crazy?
First things first. What's going on with you, Wizkid and Wizkid FC? And I want to know, if someone is nominated and wins a Grammy but was featured in a song
This is not even what this is about.
that was featured in a song by an international artist, does it mean that they're any less of a Grammy holder or winner?
Not at all. My point was to someone that was having I was having a live. Okay? I'm not going to go deep because I want to do a live later.
Okay.
Let me not waste my ammunition. TPP. TPP is more political than social.
Yeah, it is actually.
So let me not waste it. But I was replying someone that made some snide remark to me. Oh, Nigerian radio don't like playing your music because your music is not nice. I said, if my music is not nice, it's still part of. I'm one of the only 4 artists whose album has been nominated for a Grammy. You know, and they say, oh, you're not the only one, this, you're the only 4, this one. I said, no, it's not their work, it's not their album, you know, like, come on.
I see.
We, with our album, we're only 4, you know, so that's what I was saying. I wasn't sniding anybody, but both me and Wizkid FC, we are victims of Nigerian media. Me, I was misrepresented, they were misinformed. We are both victims. That's why I want to do live later today, because I am the grand patron of Wizkid FC.
How does that work? Sorry.
When you defeat them with strong heads.
So you think you've defeated them?
I have defeated them.
You know the Wizkid FC, they're very dogged people.
I'm the one on the radio. Can they come to the radio?
I like that.
I'm the one with the mic. I've decided. I've defeated them.
I like that. Okay, well, there you go. Seun said he's going to have a live later on this evening to properly address
myself.
Okay, sorry, not to address what's going on, but to inaugurate
myself as the grand patron of Wizkid FC.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
I understand.
So, all Wizkid FC fans that are Wizkid FC people that, you know, are for peace, that believe that African people should live in peace, should join me, you know.
Wow.
But the ones that still want war, I'm still ready for you. He's only a man that stands by
You're
his
so strong-headed, Seun.
I'm not strong-headed. I said the truth. And I'm ready to face 10 million people.
I say you're ready.
I'm ready to face 10 million people, starting on what I said. I mean, what was all this?
All right, then. We're looking forward to your live this evening.
Yes,
definitely
it's
looking forward
to that. It's going to be, because, you know, the thing is, I have no ill will towards Wizkid.
And I like the fact that he's also, you know, joined the conversation.
He knew what. See, Wizkid is not stupid. Wizkid is not ignorant. You know, we are all trapped in the contraption that is Nigeria, quite all right. But some of us have been lucky enough to raise our head above the noise, you know. And we've been called to a higher calling. Or we've been anointed to a higher calling. Luckily for us, you know. So he knows, I mean, why? I'm the one fighting for everybody in Nigeria to have something. I'm fighting for everybody in Nigeria to live a good life. So why would I be hating on one person that is doing well? That is nonsense.
All right.
But nobody will now come and bully me. You see, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You people will be complaining. Oh, Buhari did something you don't like. You talk. Say, oh, this thing, I don't like him. You talk true to Buhari and in government. They'll carry army and police, come rush you now, bully you, harass you down. You say it's bad behavior. Then me too, I talk true or something what happened to me. Then all of you want to bully me. You are Buhari's children. Maybe we'll inaugurate you. You're not Wizkid FC. You are Buhari's children. Buhari's kids. That will be calling you, not Wizkid FC. Buhari's Kid FC. You know. All
right, guys. So, well, there you have it. We're going to touch on that one, or Shane was going to touch on that one later on this evening during his live. Now, let's get into the top stories that we're going to be dissecting today. Let's take a look at our president leaving for the UK for checkup. And we're hearing that the doctors are threatening a fresh strike. And this trip of his is going to be from today. And his special advisor on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, disclosed this just yesterday in a statement titled, President Buhari off to London Friday for medical follow-up. He said, and I quote, the president will proceed to London, the United Kingdom, on Friday, the 25th of June, for a scheduled medical follow-up. And he's back in the country during the second week of July 2021. Now, taking a look at the resident doctors right here in Nigeria. On Thursday, they issued a fresh 4-week ultimatum to the federal and state governments to address its demands, including the payment of hazard allowances, which is a conversation that we have been having for such a long time now. If you recall, back in April or so, or March rather, they had threatened to go on a strike on the 1st of April, and they did actually carry out this threat because they refused to work for over 2 weeks. And, they went back to
exactly.
They went back to the negotiation table, and as always, they would be promised the same things, like we're going to, of course, follow through with your hazard allowance, and what have we. Now, they're still complaining about the same thing, saying that the initial negotiation and the agreements that were made, the initial agreements that were made have not been fulfilled. And so the president is going on his medical trip and the doctors are threatening a strike. So just taking a look at this, right? Starting off with the fact that the president is leaving. The president of this nation is going to another country, a more developed country, for his medical checkup. And the current deplorable state of our health sector in Nigeria. Taking a look at this that is ongoing at the moment. Because on one hand, people are saying at the end of the day, you're free to do whatever that you want so far you can afford, these medical trips. And everyone is looking for good health care. No one wants to die, and if you have the opportunity, why not? Now, for the president of this nation, on a regular basis, leaving this country to another country where their health sector has been developed to a point where medical tourism is one of their income generators as a country. What are your thoughts about that?
But when we discussed this issue the first time, it's not only Buhari. When Nigerians complain that Buhari is traveling for treatment, local government chairman travel for treatment, councillors. Don't you understand? This is the ordinary bank managers. Everybody has signed out for it because we understand that the Nigerian medical institutions basically death penalty if you have some serious ailments. Many Nigerians don't want to risk their lives, especially when they have the means. You understand?
Yeah.
But how do we also now say to our politicians, there are many of us who cannot afford this, right? So where are you going without fixing what is for us? That is the issue. As long as politicians can destroy our healthcare system and have the alternative of leaving this country, then they don't have no incentive. It's just like with education, the fact that their children can school abroad means they have no incentive to make public education work for the people. So I'm not surprised. And as I said, even Nigerian doctors, they have no faith in the system or the Nigerian people. If you look at the rate at which Nigerian doctors leave the country, we have more Nigerian doctors serving abroad. So in different countries than we have doctors serving here.
Would you say that is their fault, that they have to leave for better pay and, of course, better treatment?
We cannot say it's a fault thing. This is not apportioning blame. It would be great if all the best Nigerian doctors remained in Nigeria to fight for a better system. That no matter what, this is what we want. That is my preferable situation. You understand? Where we are fighting to make sure, where the doctors are organizing, linking with the other unions, because it's not only the healthcare, even the courts just came back from strike. The school is striking. This country is not working because few people, instead of understanding that they have a nation to build, we are busy accumulating for their own personal development instead of developing the nation. So they create scarcity, so much scarcity that nothing can work. Nothing can work. So there's so much scarcity. They are not willing to take any hit on behalf of the people. So dollar drop or the rate of dollar increases. They increase the price of food. Me and my wife, we own a restaurant, right? So my wife is now thinking of how she's going to stop selling croaker fish.
Oh wow!
It has gone up by almost 200% between October last year and as I'm talking to you, it has gone up by at least 200%.
Wow!
The price of croaker fish. Plantain, onions, all these things. But some people in Nigeria that are growing them, that are fellow Nigerians like us, that know what we are going through, that know that minimum wage is 30,000, but continue to price food out of the range of their own people. You understand? Because this is the nation that we live in, where if few people make sure that there is scarcity, make sure that the rest of us cannot get enough.
Yeah.
You understand too? So when you see our president traveling, that's so far.
Now back to the conversation about the doctors, striking, and especially the doctors actually leaving this country, because we have, some of the world's best medical practitioners
yes.
in other parts of the world. But you mentioned that you would rather and you would have hoped that they would stay back in Nigeria to fight. Now, the question is, how best can they fight for a better system if these individuals are also looking for a way to survive as they are brothers and mothers and
exactly,
fathers?
That's what I'm saying.
So how best can they stay back and fight? Like, what can they do? If they had stayed back, what would they have done differently that would have made a difference?
Okay, yes. So maybe we will not have, maybe they will not be earning the good salaries in the country that they are now, for sure. They will still be in Nigeria. So many people will say, "Oh, Seun, it's easy for you to say," and that's why it's true. It's easy for me to say. Yeah. I grew up as fella's son. I've been accustomed to a certain kind of living since I was born, and it's easier for me maybe to navigate my life. Whereas so many young people, come from backgrounds that are not as well to do as mine, and have made it to the point of being good doctors, and cannot continue in poverty. So who am I to judge their decision to lift themselves up economically? But after all is said and done, even when they've left the country, what I find is that no matter, even they serve 25 years in Igbo land, 30 years, nobody wants to come back and give back to the Nigerian people in terms of developing our healthcare system. So even the ones that have not left, the advice that I have is this. We, the Nigerian doctors here, need to begin to mobilize and also bring the people along with them. You understand? They have a strong association in Nigeria, the NMA. They are already organized. They can start programs that start dialogue with the people so that the people understand what they are going through as doctors. So that when doctors are shouting that they are striking, Nigerians will not just be going about their business as if nothing is happening, because we can all afford private hospital. This is the problem in Nigeria. The professionals in Nigeria, that are the loudest people, we have the voice, we are the ones with the resources. Is when we start to talk that government starts to shake. Yeah. You understand? We'll have doctors striking, but because we know we don't use those hospitals. You understand? It is only for the poor Nigerians. We act as if nothing is going on in this country. But as we speak, the doctors are saying that they will stop treating poor people. No matter what they have, they will be dying. But we don't care, And that is what must change. So that when these doctors can begin to build solidarity with the people, we'll begin to agitate together for a better Nigeria. If people understand the importance of these things, and I always go back to NSAS, the way everybody thought that private education is the solution to ignorance, until ignorance came to their store and their front door, and they start shouting, "Hey, look at all these hoodlums." Because private school is never the solution to public school. You understand? You've gone to educate yourself now, but your community is not educated.
Very true.
Exactly. So that's what we must always strive. We must understand that aspect. The people of Nigeria must join with the doctors of Nigeria, stand in full solidarity. We must begin to agitate, we need to demand that none of our politicians should be allowed to leave this country for any social service. Even if it's at the point of death. Even if it's at the point of death. Die a hero, yes. You die, yes, die a hero. You by force hero, you are not going anywhere. We will matter you here. Whatever is wrong with you.
Don't kill me, please.
Yes, whatever is wrong with you. If you now know that you bring the equipment to treat yourself, it's true. In Nigeria, the Igbo market is 15
the marijuana market.
Igbo. We are speaking
for radio
pidgin.
is marijuana. Yes.
So our own language is not worthy of radio.
Marijuana market, right? So it's 15 billion. You said.
Me and NBC, we have to discuss this.
You need to discuss.
Yoruba language must come on. Free of. Igbo is Yoruba.
Marijuana, Seun Kuti. So the marijuana market is 15
$15 billion a year in Nigeria.
Okay.
15 billion. So I can't be the only one.
15 billion.
I can't be the one.
You're clearly not the only one.
I'm not
because
the one.
There's demand.
15
if there's
billion
demand for it, there's supply.
15 billion dollars. You people, we're only 200 million Nigerians.
Wow, 15
we are only
billion.
200 million. 65% of these 200 million of us are 18 to 35. Una they try. Una they try. Hey,
I'm done with you, man. All right. So yes. So your thought or your take is that the reason why these people are good or they are the right picks is because they're going to be talking about money, not necessarily talking about the dynamics of Twitter in Nigeria. Because remember, this is a platform that we have a whole lot of the youth on that platform disseminating information, using that for their different businesses. And if they're going to negotiate with Twitter moving forward on how Twitter is going to be functioning in Nigeria, you feel like they're the perfect fit because it's just about money, not necessarily about how it's going to benefit.
Yeah, the suspension is not about benefiting Nigeria or Nigerians. We've dissected that 3 weeks ago on the people's perspective. I followed the whole discussion on this whole Twitter thing. I think our show was the most comprehensive on this Twitter. So we touched on that. It is Buhari banning Twitter is not for the benefit of Nigerians. It's for the benefit of his ego. You understand? Just the same way Twitter removing the Buhari's tweet is not for the benefit of Nigerians, but to save face. Everybody is here doing their personal business. Nigerians are trapped in the middle paying the price. You understand? So there's no negotiation about the people when the act was never about the people in the first place. So this is two imperialists coming together to agree on how they will continue to exploit African people.
Interesting.
So I think it will be a good meeting. Don't worry, your Twitter will be back soon. I guarantee.
Definitely, it will be back soon. Basiu is saying, hello, show. I totally agree with Uche. Let's change our discussion on this president and focus more on 2023.
Yes,
this
MOP
one
Center
is coming from a listener saying, few people are fat with big money and the rest are hungry. As for me, I function under the heavenly dispensation. So that's Ose. This is coming from a listener saying Baba wants to go and see his family. This one is from Oluwaseun saying, in as much as there are sentiments to the medical checkup, there is no law globally that can stop anyone from seeking healthcare from anywhere. The issue is not about the health check. The issue we should discuss is the process. Please remove sentiments from many of these issues and you will see the truth. Oluwaseun, may I ask you right now where you get your medical checkup and if you are satisfied with the state of our healthcare system in Nigeria?
But these are not private citizens.
Exactly.
Once you go into public office, you are no longer a
there
private
you go.
citizen.
So you're held to a different standard or a much higher standard, I should say.
Exactly. A politician cannot be behaving like Seun Kuti, that is acting for himself. You are in public office. We are funding your lifestyle. We are doing everything that, So, that's what it is.
This is from Adegbega saying, my worry isn't the medical trip. It's too late to cry. My worry is the man that is being said to be the presidential candidate of APC. Why the man? Why? Because the same man has some health issues like the president. Interesting. This is coming from a listener saying, London for checkup. The president who said he should not eat foreign rice, or we should not eat foreign rice. Sorry, if I may ask, are there no doctors in Nigeria? This is coming from a listener. Manny saying 6 years on, and he can't localize his treatment. He can't import whatever is used to treat him. He can't find a Nigerian doctor anywhere in the world to come to Nigeria to treat him. And this one is coming from a listener saying, good day, Ife and Cheon. For 6 years, we were arguing about a cow. For the next 2 years, we shall be arguing about and discussing the matter of the Twitter ban. And then 8 years will be gone. Dear God, I'm a good guy. I don't deserve this. So are you thinking of running away?
Plan B, in effect. Plan B.
All right. Lagos Talks, good afternoon. Good morning, I should say. Finally.
EPP.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much indeed.
Welcome to the show today.
Well, let me greet my radio butterfly. We
will stop picking your call.
We
will stop picking your call. You don't have butterfly in this studio. Okay, you don't have butterfly in this studio. You don't have. I'm telling you.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm going to find your wife in this Lagos. I will write her a personal letter to complain about this behavior.
Jealousy.
Yes, I'm not ashamed. I will say it. I'm jealous of such things. Yes.
Well, first of all, let me thank you very much for your advice. It's very refreshing indeed. I'm also to say that you should be, close ranks with that gentleman We need a very strong entertainment industry. And you and what do you call the gentleman now?
Wizkid?
Yes.
No, but there's no rifts. There's no rifts. Trust me.
Yeah, well.
There's no
I understand.
There's no gap.
I'm only asking you to close ranks.
This is a misrepresentation.
Yes, by the media.
By the media
some media
and
houses.
misinformation. Finish.
There's
no rift, there's no beef, there's no fight, there's nothing whatsoever.
Fantastic.
But, as usual, Nigerians' problem, the youth of Nigeria are bored. There's no national orientation program. There's no national drive that is capturing their imagination. We are not inventing things. We are not taking care of them. So they'll play match in London. Chelsea will play match in London. Nigerian youth will kill themselves in Nigeria.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
You understand? So these are the youth that are not jumping on the misinformation, but thinking that they can bully Seun Kuti. No, that's impossible.
All right, guys, let's move on to our last
not me and Wizkid, we have no
story for today. Recently, we did see that the president approved the allocation of 3-bedroom flats to the Super Eagles squad who won the African Cup of Nations in Tunisia in 1994. The senior special assistant to the president on media and publicity, Garba Shehu, disclosed this in a statement yesterday titled President Buhari allocates houses to 1994 Super Eagles squad winners of the African Cup of Nations. The statement read that the president approved the allocation of 3-bedroom houses to the Super Eagles squad that won the African Cup of Nations in Tunisia. And following a memo by the Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, the president approved the allocations in their states of preference, noting that 6 players and 3 technical crew received their houses already. The players are Peter Rufai, Aloy Agu, Ike Shorumu, Uche Okechukwu, Samson Siasia, Efan Ekoku, Sunday Olise, Benedict Iroha, Isaac Semitoje, Mutiu Adekboju, Emmanuel Amunike. Oh, I remember him. Victor Ikpegba. I remember that as well.
Victor is my neighbor.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Street.
Okay. Anyway, just taking a look at this, guys. After how many years? This is since 1994, and right now the president.
The Prince of Monaco.
The president has approved of the allocation of these 3-bedroom flats to the Super Eagles squad.
We're happy for them.
So, what tone do you think this is setting moving forward for sports in this country? Because a lot of times we see how the sports sector is underserved, or should I say the team members of these different sporting activities are underserved. You hear them complaining about things like remuneration, the fact that the quality of care that they're being given, especially when they're representing Nigeria, is subpar, and a few other things that have been complained about. And now with the president approving this, after so many years, do you think that this sets a different tone for how the sports members are being treated moving forward?
I like a lot of the young Super Eagles players now. So let me just advise you people now. The Gold Nations Cup, they do anyhow, they lose. You better win now because your house is 30 years' time from now. From when you win. Your glory from when you win is 30 years from... So, 1994 people just collect, still they collect. So, you people that have not even now won, better start planning to win for us now so that at least we can still be alive to see you receive your house from the federal government. I mean, it's not only first of all these boys, Nigeria doesn't even have a league that can feed its own talent. There is no Nigerian footballer playing in Nigeria that is not wishing and hoping to go and play in another country. So Nigerian footballers even go to countries like Egypt. They are willing to play because the leagues there are better. This is not about Nigerian government alone. The private sector all over the world has a big role to play in sports development. If you look at all our spaces in Lagos now, every space is hotel and nightclub. No library, no sports center, no youth center, no community center. The Nigerian elites don't operate that way. And for sports to really thrive in a country, these are the basic foundations: sports centers, youth centers, community centers. But instead, every space is hotel, nightclub. If they can't like on too much, parking space. Yes, parking space. All these are more important than the social development of African youth to our politicians.
Yes.
Youth center is not bringing you money. Community center is not bringing you money. These are legacy projects. And as I've told you, our elites abhor anything about legacy. The only legacy they know is luxury. I bought the biggest car. My house is the biggest house. My watch is the biggest watch. That's the only legacy they want. So it is difficult for Nigerians to even thrive in all, because there's opportunity in many sports.
Of course.
Nigerians don't compete in swimming because there are no local swimming pools for Nigerians to hone their skills.
Yeah.
Cricket, badminton, these are sports that can lift people out of poverty.
Exactly.
You understand? Only sport that doesn't need equipment can thrive in Nigeria. So football, now if you just put two slippers, now don't set post. So one person bring one round to where they roll. Ball don't start. You don't need feed. That street, everybody learn ball, not before feed for Nigeria. That street ball we take learn. Everybody they play. From Okocha to Iheanacho. Now street ball you take learn. That's all of us be because football is cheap to play.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Rugby, whether you still need the post to kill the team. All those things. Any sport that need equipment, Nigerians are lagging behind. Go to Olympics. See us in the Olympics. See us in all Africa games. South Africa will take us the shine. We go win football. We go win running. Because running, you don't need equipment. Just you and your leg. I'm telling you, you and your leg. So you see Nigeria, we are ready to run. We are ready to jump. See, all those things that no need equipment.
When we look at
South Africa will always win us because
the
they will play badminton. They will play rugby. They will play tennis. They will play cricket.
When we look at the sports sector, it's just quite sad. And what really breaks my heart is the fact that Nigeria just stifles the dreams and the talents of people. There's so many people that are talented in different sports. And thankfully for individuals who maybe when they were much younger, they experienced the lack of opportunities right here in Nigeria. And when they grew up, they decided that they were going to go to low-income communities to ensure that they're helping these little boys and girls, somewhat actualize their dreams, at least to have opportunities. And it's quite sad. Just take a look at what our local league is like. It's very disappointing. With what happened with that match with Denmark, with Christian Eriksen, and the fact that they were able to help him out right there. Our local league, how many people have actually had that issue where they've slumped? There was a picture and there was a video. I'm telling you, there was a picture and video that went viral where the medical van, they had to push it. They were pushing it. They were pushing the medical van.
You're going to go one slump for Nigeria.
It's quite embarrassing.
You know what they feed? Say even they town, accident happened. Do you know how long ambulance takes to arrive in accident scene?
Listen.
When Nigerians don't do X games, they'll say Nigerians don't like X. Not like one they do, one they take skateboard, do Thomasot. But we know, you both don't say if he take that skateboard now, or those this way they do, those bike, in do when you're in fall, in leg and in hand, turn, break, before 3 minutes, 4 minutes, ambulance don't show. They don't give her morphine. The pain don't subsidize. They don't put that on the kind of go hospital. You, as a Nigerian, you go first look that base skateboard. You go look your knee. You go look, think of the only way Nigerians can become experts in S games is if we start to go and do it in front of hospital. Everybody just go in front of hospital.
I don't even think that will benefit them in any way.
Train your motorbike somersault. So as soon as you break your neck, you just go inside the hospital. So emergency services.
I'm done, yeah. I mean, it's sad. It's so sad.
Being a sportman is difficult in Nigeria. It's not an easy thing. I don't think. So that's why, and our elites don't invest. So that's why when they help one person, that's why we have all this. They want it to be that they are helping. They control. Instead of it to be something that is controlled by policy, by institutions, that people can generally come through the system. Look at China in the world today. How they came through in the sports world. Before they were nowhere to be found.
Indeed.
Or look at them in the Olympics now, what they are able to achieve. They are carrying third, second.
All right, Seun, we need to wrap this up. It's been a great run. Thanks to Adam and Eve, our amazing sponsors.
We love them.
Your luxury homeware store. Remember, from anything from dining to outdoor, bed and bath, leather, kitchen, electricals, you can find it. There's your one-stop shop for great living. So if you're expecting the very best when it comes to your interior, the very best when it comes to the gadgets that you have in your, or you want in your home, just go to Adam and Eve, let them know, speak to them, and they will bring your vision to life. And they're located at number 8 Isaac John Street, Ikeja, GRA, Lagos. Thanks to our sponsors, Adam and Eve. Seun, it's always a pleasure having you in the studio. Before saying goodbye, any words?
This is, you are the reason why I work here. So it's more than a pleasure having you, around me here in the studio. So thank you, everybody. You all make TPP fun. We do this because of you. Keep supporting, keep listening. Catch you next week.
All right, guys. You can follow me on Instagram at IFY_I, that is IFY_I, and Lagos Talks at Lagos Talks 913 across all social media platforms. Seun, did you share your handle?
Oh, Big Bird Kuti. Big Brr.
Don't make them go and search for Big Bird.
It's Big Bird Kuti, but Big Brr.
Oh my goodness. Anyways, guys, remember TPP happens every Friday from 11 a.m. and we are always sure to dissect the top stories, mostly political stories for the week. So ensure that you're part of the show. Coming up next is the World News, coming to you live from our media studios. And at 12:30 is Directions, that show where we get to point you towards the right direction concerning several topics and several issues. For the dish today, it's going to be an amazing episode. Now, there is a beautiful conversation that the ladies and I had that we want to share with you, especially those who weren't tuned in at the time. And due to popular demand, because they've asked and asked and asked over and over again, please post it up on your website or put it on YouTube. Well, unfortunately, we didn't actually record that particular episode, but because it's been asked so many times, we're going to go over that again today on The Dish. And we're going to be talking about relationships. Trust me, the gems that we were spitting, amazing. And it was a very spontaneous conversation. We never even planned for it. But it was so authentic and so spontaneous that I believe that was where the beauty of it lay. So ensure that you tune in for that one, because it's going to be an absolute blast. Thank you so much once again for being a part of The People's Perspective.
We are Lagos Talks 91.3.
Let's talk.